Hey everybody, I'm Drew. So today we are going to be talking about how to do self-care without spending money. So first things first, let's talk about why we're even making this video. Why should we be making a video about how to do self-care without spending money? As Mina mentioned in her video essay about how confidence is a cult, she said how self-care as advertised and promoted in the media is directly tied to the act of capitalism and consumerism. Every single video that you come across revolving around self-care always involves some kind of let's buy this, go buy this is what you need to make yourself feel better about yourself. And I think that I have come to a point in my life where I do actively seek different resources for self-care, and I've done a lot of that without needing to spend money on green smoothies, like really expensive exercise wear, different clothing, any type of like self-care regimen or vitamin or whatever they're trying to promote out on the internet. I've never really used any of those. So I think I am a pretty good candidate to be sharing this type of information with you. It'll make you feel better about not having to spend so much money on just trying to make yourself feel a little better about yourself. So first things first, we're going to talk about what I personally do to indulge in self-care. So first things first is you should really take time to indulge and research your interests. You have access to resources like Google, Reddit, YouTube, like you have it all truly. And I also do want to mention that I don't want to include too much short-term video type of social media such as TikTok to revolve around this self-care, because I'm also trying to hinder myself and direct myself away from that. Indulge in what interests you. Like, I feel like there are so many videos and so many different perspectives around your interests that could be explored by you if you just take the time to do that. It also is really fun. It's very fun to indulge in your interests in such a way. And also it'll make you feel better about yourself if you know that you're indulging in something that you're interested in. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think it's fantastic. I think it makes you much more knowledgeable about what you're talking about, and also opens yourself up to what other people are saying, you know? What have other people observed aside from you on your interests? Also, on the topic of that, branching off of it, research things that you have been wanting to get into. And this kind of plays into procrastination, whereas you shouldn't be procrastinating. Not procrastinating things that are essentially holding you back from, if you wanted to read a certain book, go get it from the library, check it out. Library cards are free, so you can always go to your local library and get yourself that book that you've been planning to read. Or you can go on some illegal movie website and watch that movie you've been meaning to watch. And so on and so forth. Because you know what? When you're opening your brain up to new stimuli, it is actually really helpful. It'll make you feel better about yourself. It'll make you feel a little more productive, because then you can say, hey, I actually did get to read that book that I've been planning to read for the past 3 months. And you know what? It means you haven't been procrastinating and you finally got it done. Congrats to you! Second, we are going to talk about how you should pursue your goals. Pursuing your goals and what you've been planning to achieve. I feel like we have come to a point in our generation where a lot of people put off a lot of the things and effort that takes them to that goal because it takes work. But I feel like if you stop procrastinating as much and you start to actually put more effort into what you want to achieve, then you'll actually get there. And like I said before, you'll feel more productive and you'll feel better about yourself. And I know these aren't very conventional ideas of self-care or how to give yourself self-care, but I mean, you're also benefiting yourself in a way, like intellectually and, mentally. It'll just free yourself from a lot of limitations that you may have had in trying to achieve certain things. And when you know that you can get past that hurdle of procrastination and you can actually achieve those goals, it'll make you feel 1,000 times better about yourself. And I can say that for myself because my own personal experience, I really wanted a job, and I put so much effort into applying at job postings, at going on Indeed. I applied to maybe like 30 jobs on Indeed, and once I finally got my interview and I finally got my job, I felt so accomplished. And I feel like, although self-care is supposed to seem very relaxing, I feel like mentally is a very important thing to push yourself to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And then as we transition into like listening to your body as a more conventional way of looking at self-care, I recommend like looking up exercises or doing yoga. One big thing that I've been doing lately is doing yoga and meditation, and I do it twice a day, and it's honestly so nice. It just makes my body feel cleansed and healed and just ready for either a good night's sleep or a good morning or a good day, because it just gets my mind into a space where I know that I'm doing something good for my body, and also, sort of stimulating my brain as well as my body. And I think that's such a beautiful thing, to be able to connect both your body and mind together, and for you to end up feeling much better about yourself. And why I mention that in particular, yoga for me has just really promoted a very great sense of myself within my body. Like, it makes me feel much more connected to my body in a way that I initially didn't feel before, and it's great. And also, I've been doing meditation on self-confidence, and although confidence is a whole loophole of its own, I feel like doing meditation for it has really it's made me feel good about myself, and not in a very I am so confident, but I feel good about myself, and I feel good about going on about my day with positive feelings and positive motives. Last thing I want to mention, because I do want to preface that this next thing is not for everyone, and that's okay, but I would say get into spirituality or some kind of subconscious level type of healing. There are so many things hidden in the subconscious that we don't necessarily tap into on a daily basis, and I feel like if you get into something like spirituality, for example, I've been doing a lot of tarot card reading recently, because I think it's very fun, and second, I think it connects me to a part of a certain realm of my brain that I don't usually get to access on a minute to minute basis. And yeah, I feel like it's just very healing in a lot of ways, as most people would say about religion. Whatever helps you connect spiritually to yourself, I feel like it's very important to get a good sense of who you are from connecting to something a little deeper than what you know and what you're used to. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you took any of my advice, please let me know, and if it helped, or you know what, if you have better ideas, drop it down below, because that's my cat. But if you have any better ideas, let me know. And yeah, thank you so much. Bye.